Hello, everyone. It's another Wisdom Wednesday, and I trust that you are doing well today. Yes, today we're still on the same topic from last week, breaking your barriers, breaking my barriers, breaking our barriers, breaking the barriers, any way you want to put it. Yes. And remember that mindset is everything, it starts in the mind. So, we looked at a lot of things last week, which was quite enlightening and interesting. And today we want to go a little bit more into breaking your barriers. You don't want to miss Wisdom Wednesday live a little bit later at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means if you're in Jamaica, it is 7 p.m. If you're in Canada or the US, it's 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. It's a wonderful lineup. So let's get right into it. What are personal barriers? Personal barriers in life are impediments. Impediments. Persons will say that somebody have a speech impediment or whatever impediment. Yes, the barriers that are in our personal life, they are impediment. And what they do is that they steer us away from our desired growth, both personally, professionally, spiritually, and emotionally. All the alleys. Yes, it deters us from that. It's an impediment. It's a blocker. It's a stopper. All of those things. So that's what personal barriers in our life does. So we want to break them. We want to get away from them. We want to overcome them. All right. So overcoming barriers can help individuals achieve desired outcomes, such as the ones that we mentioned. Overcoming barriers in your spiritual life, in your physical life, in a psychological aspect of your life, emotional aspect, all of these things. So it helps us to break those barriers and get desired outcome, to see what we want to see, to start living our true potential, start maximizing those dreams and being what we were created to be. Yes! So, all right, now we're going to look at some habits that are barriers. Some habits that are barriers. And we know that it is quite hard to break habits. And that is why I guess we're going a little bit deeper today, so that we know that for some of us it takes a little bit longer for us to get over, because it's habit. We have been living these things. We have been maybe thinking that they are norms and that they are okay, where we were socialized, how we were grown persons may have forced you to believe that it's okay to be just regular and normal. So one of the barrier that we want to break, or one of the habit that we want to break in order to move and to break and to be what we are to be, is giving up too soon. Yes, giving up too soon. And we mentioned that last week. It is never too late for a shower of rain. Yes. Why are we putting a tap and mark on our lives? This week I was praying and I said to myself that I am going to write down some of the things that I want to see in my life. And I've always been saying it, but as I've told you before, that I am a mind person, so I have a lot of things in my mind. There are things that I want to plan for that I will write down, but I normally have things, personal stuff in my mind. And I got my notepad, I got my book, and I started writing it down. Some of the things that I want the Lord to do for me. And I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, it's just these. It was just 5 stuff. And I could put them, maybe one of them in 2, I could just say financial and just put all of the financial in one category, and then it would just be 1. And I'm like, oh my God. And right there, then I got another revelation. I'm saying to myself, it is now manifest that a lot of times we are worrying about the stuff that we don't have, the stuff that we don't get. And when we look at the amount of things that we have, or when we look at the list that we're saying, these are the things that we want, these are the things. And a lot of times, they are the smaller amount. And they are the ones that we give more attention. We cry and we feel stressed out because I haven't achieved this. Yes, I haven't get this. And when you look at it, it's the least, what would you say, the least of the apostle. So right there, I realized that, hey, you see why I need to live in the moment. You see why I need to enjoy now and not allow anything to rob me of the future and enjoy now. Because if on my list that I want is only 5 things, oh my God, I thought it was much, much more. And I'm sure for some of you, if you make a list of some of the things that you want to achieve, I'm sure that there would have been a number of things that you could be grateful for. One of the most beautiful things is life. Because once there's life, there's hope. Once you have life, anything is possible. It doesn't matter the amount of things that is on your list, what that you want to achieve or that you want to get or whatever you want to call it. Once you have life, once you have breath and health, you can do it. So, giving up too soon. A lot of persons will throw in the towel too quick. One little try, and it's like one little setback, and it's like, this not working out. Another myth that people have is that, oh, I'm trying something and you fail at once. Oh, maybe it's God telling me that I don't. Maybe it's God telling me that I should not do it. God not telling you that you should not. Not at all. No, because he promised to do what? Work upon the good desires of our heart. Yes, that is his word. So it's about what we want. And if we can get it if you really want, all you have to do is what? Try. And you'll succeed at last. And it's true. Okay, the next one is that sometimes we become too indecisive. We can't make up our mind. We don't know. We don't know if we want to be on this side or want to be on that side. And a man that is unstable in his thoughts, in his ways, not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Nothing is going to happen. It's just going to be just nothing. So you have to make up your mind, know what you want, make a list, and keep focus on what you want. Because as I said before, a lot of times when you look, you just feel like it's a whole lot of things. But then if you really look at it, you'll see that, oh, it's a lot of things. And it's true, even in relationship. And I've also often said to people who would maybe want some advice on their relationship, and I saw it somewhere. It says, it's a little activity where if you are feeling like this relationship is not working out or it doesn't worth it, the activity is that you're going to get a sheet of paper. You're going to divide it in 2 halves. On one side, you're going to see what the person does for you. And the other side, you're going to see what they don't do for you. So, if the good outweigh the bad, then it is a relationship that is worth working or worth working for. If the bad outweigh the good, then it just tells you that there may be nothing there to work on. And a lot of times, or some of the times, when that activity is done, you realize that the good outweigh the bad. But as human beings, as individuals, what happens is that we tend to dwell on the bad. You hear this thing that you say, I do something for the individual 99 times, and 1 time I don't do it. It's a problem. That happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Where one bad or one, what you say now, one thing that is not working out in your life, you throw up your hand in the air and you give up and you say, oh, life is bad and this is not happening and all that is not happening and all that and all this, when you have so many other things that is working. So we want to try not to focus on the negative. All right. The next thing is letting fear drive your decision. Yes. And a lot of times, persons will never move forward because fear of the unknown, afraid of taking risk. Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Oh. And never move forward. Right? So we want to break ourselves from that. Another thing is procrastination. And we know putting it off, and let the opportunity pass us by. So we don't want that to happen. Right? Another big one, I think, is giving others criticism too much weight. And it happens. Yes. Some people can't deal with criticism. Some people are very negative. And you cannot give people's criticism too much weight. Yes. Listen to this. Successful people don't become consumed with criticism. Don't let it drown you. People will create box for you to go in. Why? Sometimes that's where they know. I've said it before. There are some persons that I've encountered. They don't have any vision. They can't see further than their toes. So some people will be upset. Some persons will be upset. Some persons will advise you based on what some persons will advise you based on what persons are going to advise you based on what they know. So if they have no vision, if they can't see further than their toes, that's where they're going to want to lead you. It is said that an individual, a person, a group, an organization can only take you to the level that they have been. I can't tell you more than what I know. I can't help you more than what I don't know. And this is why I'm doing this, because I'm trying to be a better version of myself. Maybe I am a little bit, there must be somebody there are persons who are going to be at a different level than I am, higher than I am, but there are persons who are maybe a little bit lower than where I am and would want to come up a little bit more. So I am offering what I have and what I know to help you to get up to that standard. And I've often said, I declare that everything attached to me win. So if you are attached to me, then I want you to win. You must win. I am going to tell you, you have to win. You must be striving and striving. I want you to strive and strive and strive and thrive to be and to become a better version of yourself. So don't allow criticism don't give it too much weight. Some persons don't have no vision. Some persons can't see further than their toes. And they would want to create a box for you and say, no, don't do it. And a lot of times we have to be careful of who we go to because of the same reason. You might be having a situation and you go to an individual that is negative. And you go to the individual and you explain the situation to the person. The person say, no, sir, don't do it. No, I don't think you're going to work out. Why? Because of the person's experience and based on where they are. You go to another individual who has a winning attitude, who knows what it means to fall down, have to brush off yourself and get up. And they say, no. My dear, that is how life is. You got to try again. And any one of those individuals that you go to, I am telling you, subconsciously, it is going to affect your decision. It's going to affect your next move. It's going to affect you even in your subconscious. Subconsciously, it is steering you and steering you in that direction without you not even knowing. And I've often said to people, be careful of who you go to for advice. For the same reason. You go to a person that is negative, don't want anything out life, is not striving, not thriving, nothing at all. They're not going to they cannot encourage you to try again when they don't do that for themselves. So you have to know who criticism you allow and you accept and you hold on, even sometimes to listen to. Because as I said to you before, sometimes some of these things, especially if you are not strong emotionally, and if you have been emotionally abused, it will affect you. it will play on your subconscious mind. And you start behaving that way and walking that way and acting that way. So we have to work on those things. So another thing that we want to do is not to align ourselves. We don't want to align ourselves to what ourself is used to our comfort zone. A lot of times we say, I'm going to change this. And we know I don't like this about myself. But we don't make any effort to get out of that. So we continue to be the same person and to do the same thing the same way. So we want to shift from that. We want to align ourselves. We want to make our focus in a different direction, attach and to people and to things that are moving forward so that it will pull you out of your comfort zone. Right? Because comfort zone, it doesn't bring out the best in you. It will never bring out the best in you. Just be okay and be comfortable. I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit. A little bit. If a little bit you want, then that's what you're going to get. It doesn't mean that you're greedy if you want to maximize your full potential. That is how God created you, to maximize, to be the best version of yourself. Right? A lot of times, one of the other barriers is that people have a closed mind. And that is why we constantly talk about mindset is everything. That persons will say, I saw me stay. So me stay and me can't change. If I say you can't change, then what's going to happen? You're always going to be stuck. Right? So, first thing first, you have to see yourself and say to myself that, hey, I am tired of all the barriers. I'm tired of all the boxes that I've been placed in. I'm tired of all the emotional barriers. I'm tired of all the persons that have hurt me and I allow them to make me stuck and don't go to another level. I am tired of trust issue because one person hurt me or a few persons hurt me. When my destiny helper come, I shut them out because I'm still holding on to the barrier that has been created around my heart and my mind because of who was in the past. So we want to break down those barriers. We want to break down the barrier of negative thinking. Some persons are negative. They cannot see positive. It doesn't matter how you say it. It doesn't matter how calmly you say it. They're still getting upset. And I've had that encounter where you try your best and you say it in a calm manner. You use I statement. You say it in a soft manner. But they're still seeing it from a negative perspective. We want to break from those mindset. You have some persons who can't understand simple things. It doesn't matter how much you try. Those are barriers. Those are barriers that stop you from becoming your best version. And we have to go back to negative thinking. There are some persons who they're always negative. And they hold on to it as a mistake. There are some persons who, yes, it's okay to talk. But if it is that it's going to get you in trouble and it's always going to make you in trouble, you have to make a conscious decision. It means that this is a barrier that has been holding you back. And you don't want these barriers to hold you back anymore because it's stopping you from becoming and to be a better version of yourself. I trust that this helped you today, right? See you later. Wisdom Wednesday Live. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.